Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's DJ Lyon Head, and this is the Support Cha Boi Podcast. Tonight we have a great guest here. He is a man of many talents, I would say. He is a man who is a fighter, a Christian. Some may say he's a comedian. Some may say
I don't know about that.
Some may say that he is
a terrorist?
To be. Oh,
I'm kidding. Maybe.
And fan, of course, of the anime arts. He is also probably bound to be the number one street beef fighter that there is in his weight class. We'll have to see about that one. He is the one, the only Winged C. How you doing, brother?
I'm Sean.
Okay. So the first question I like to ask is, I was always curious about this one. How did you get this name, Winged C?
Oh! Now you just unlocked so much lore. Sorry, I'm downloading the information. So, I was a real big loser when I was younger. I read a ton of books because I wasn't hooked on anime yet. And then, so as I was reading a ton of these weird books, I read this book. Actually, I have it with me right now. I'm gonna get it.
Oh, okay.
This book was about cats, right?
Yeah.
And it's about these. Look how old this book is. You see the pages are yellow.
Oh,
but this
man.
was like my shit in 4th grade, bro. I read this cover to cover. 3rd grade, 4th grade, and like 5th grade. I was reading this crazy. And I read it was a book series it's a huge book series now, but there was only 6 books back out. And I liked this so much that I created an Instagram around it. And it's about like these cats that are like warring tribes. Like they have their own clans and shit. So it's like, imagine like feudal era Japan, but it's about with cats. And I thought that shit was fire. So I made an Instagram. This is back in 2011 when Instagram just came out. And I make an Instagram and it's called DarkHeart656. And and the cringiest thing ever. And I basically just posted about. I posted like posing as a. Oh, no, my hat just broke. You're joking. Oh, that's the worst thing ever. Okay. Anyway, so I really like this cat shit, so I start posting like role play shit as a cat, and this is in like 6th grade. So then I make one for Pokemon because I was obsessed with like 2 things, like those the Warriors cats and Pokemon. Right. So when I make this Pokemon account, I'm like, I remember the day vividly because I consider it God divinely revealing to me. And I promise for all the viewers this yap sesh will be over in like 2 seconds. So as I'm thinking about the name, I think of Winged Cyndaquil, and then that's how the name came to be. I was like, wings are super tough. I was like, my favorite Pokemon is Cyndaquil, and what can I make this about? And so I ended up with Winged C.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's a long story.
But it needs to be heard because, like I said, if you end up being the number one street beef fighter to get a belt, people want to know that story. I would want to know. So now I know. Yeah, man. So what is your I would say your practices as far as martial arts? Are you more of an MMA fighter who started in wrestling, or are you more of a Taekwondo guy? What is your
So I started with kidnapping people on the street, and I eventually was like, well, because I'm doing all this kidnapping, I should probably get good at fighting people because these people are starting to fire. Or these people are starting to fight me back. So I started with wrestling in high school, and I just started and then after that I took a judo class, and this was after my first street beef fight. But my best fighting style is like perfectly encapsulated with just being a retard, because I don't do stuff that like a normal fighter would do. I just like frickin' I do whatever and hope it works. I literally am like the slot machine of fighting. I'm just like throw whatever thing that I think would be cool.
Obviously, it's working, bro. I see you collecting these wins. You're collecting them like Pokemon. Yeah, man. So, when you first started Street Beef, did you start with the character, or you started just being something different, or you know, hey, this is what I'm gonna be?
Well, the character was there the entire time. It's just I didn't really take advantage because I was like, I wanted to win so badly. So I was like, maybe I should go for a takedown. Yeah. But it started with me being poopy and just like, honestly, I didn't know how to throw a punch. So it was just ended up me taking some shots to the head and then just getting a takedown and slamming them.
So what is your record here in Street Beefs?
In Street Beefs, if we're adding the West Coast, it's I think it's 14-2, 13-2. It's pretty. It's like getting up there now. It's getting up there.
I like that. 14-2, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
It's either 14 or 13-2 because honestly, Street Beefs rulings are kind of cringe. So like, some of them wouldn't be considered a win. Like my last fight, I ended up like cutting him with an elbow, and they said it was a no. Like at the end of the video, they said it was a no contest, even though I lost to Sensation due to the blood rules. So when I cut him, it should have been an automatic win for me.
Right.
But they said it was a no contest. But I'm counting that as a win because I would have choked him out if it wasn't for the blood. So
that was my next question. I was like,
I think we need to have like a judge re-ruling of a lot of Street Beefs videos because there's a lot of fights that I think I won by decision, but they gave me the draw. Because like if we're looking at how many draws I have like 4 or 5 draws now, and that shouldn't be the case. And I also should have one more loss because I should have got DQ'd one time, but they called it a draw. So
that led me to my question. I think you almost answered it, which is there a certain fight that you remember that you felt like, you know, well, I totally won that one, and it didn't go your way?
Yeah. That was probably the Sensation fight. Yeah. But I don't really care about records, so I'm not too mad about it. I love that fight because I started bleeding and I had a cool anime moment. I look at fights as if, did I do something cool? And if I didn't, then I don't like the fight. So even if I lost, I don't care as long as I did something cool.
Yeah.
Although I do want to win. Everyone wants to win. And I hold winning in high esteem, but...
To me, your top coolest thing is jumping off the damn fence, bro. I love that. Jumping off the damn fence, and that is dope. Did you just learn that recently, or has it been always from the jump?
Well, I started doing it like my past couple of fights, because I wasn't really. I was being too serious. My first couple of fights, I wasn't really thinking about my character for what I could do. But the more and more fun I have, I'm like, I'm gonna jump off the cage. And also, like some promotions are gay about it. Like the one promotion that I did that was on paper, they said like, if you jump off the cage, you get a fine. And I was like, shut up. Like that's why I hate sanctioned MMA. It's so stupid.
Yeah. So I had these questions I want to ask you. It's a little bit different from the you recall about the fighting. It's about your other qualities.
Yeah.
Awesome qualities. Yeah. So I see that you are you are a devout Christian. Am I correct or no?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So let me ask you this question here. As a devout Christian, Winged C, how do you serve God the way that you do and inflict pain on others by fighting your fellow man in a way that you do?
That's the best question you probably could have asked ever. And it's a very in-depth question because how can you be a Christian and do violent things? Well, see, once you start studying the Bible, you realize there's a lot of nuances. And in the Bible, it says, all things give glory to God.
Right.
I left my Bible in my car. I have another one right here. Here's verses. I'll pull out. There's a lot of ways that you can be a Christian, and I think there's a lot of different ways that people can be called to God, because you see a lot of Christians acting a certain type of way, and you draw opinions based on, instead of reading the Bible, we draw opinions based off how they act. But I believe the gospel is what Jesus said is kind of the biggest teaching as to how we should live our lives as Christians. But as a Christian MMA fighter, there are ways that I can spread the gospel by being cool, wacky, zany, and zooey mommying. So that way when people see the way that I fight and then I start yapping about Jesus, it's like, it gets people to think like, what's this Jesus dude about, and what does this actually say? And hopefully when I get my own gym and when I get the ability to have more of a platform, I will be able to conduct more Bible studies about what the Bible says, because ultimately I want to glorify God. I don't really care about winning and losing and fighting. I don't care about fighting, because one day I will be forgotten, and one day I will die and I will return to dust, and all my fights will mean nothing. But on the days that I'm still alive and the days that I still get to yap about Christianity, I want to tell people about what Jesus has done for my life, and how he's blessing me, and how he's blessing me even now. Like, I have a lot of cool people surrounding me that are telling me and affirming me that I'm cool, and that I'm a star, and sometimes that makes my ego go way through the roof, but because of this, I know that I am just a human, and I'm meek and humble, and I'm actually a loser. So it's good that I have this, and I hope that as I continue my, as I spread my wings even higher and as I fly even higher, the Bible reminds me what I am. Okay. Have I finished One Piece? I'm caught up. I'm reading the manga, but One Piece isn't finished yet. That's a good question. Need the tattoo lore. We do. There is. I think I'm gonna make a YouTube video about all the tattoos that I have. The tattoo lore goes crazy.
Yeah. Okay. There's another one kind of based on that, but I believe it or not, I actually do watch your videos on Instagram. I went to some of your past ones where I thought was really interesting. I want you to.
Oh yeah, you were getting that research. Thank you, man. Thank you for doing due diligence.
Yeah. So I saw that you had a post where you had an Instagram. It was an Instagram post about competitive prayer. Can you break down the meaning of that and what did you what that means?
Yeah, so I made a video about competitive prayer, which was kind of like a Christ-centered topic, and it's a lot of because I've been a Christian for around 4 or so years now, like a real devoted Christian. I've noticed a lot of things in the Christian faith that I don't like, and things about Christians that I don't like, people that say they're Christian that I don't like. And one of those is like having these elaborate prayers that I see the Pharisees in the Bible doing, where it's like they go to these specific places, they go to these places of high prestige, and they pray out these long, elaborate prayers as to be seen differently by people or seen as more holy. And I didn't really like that. I like prayers that are genuine. I don't like prayers that are routine. So if you're just making a prayer just for making a prayer, I think that's kind of stupid. I think when the Spirit speaks to you, you should be talking to God. And that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Because sometimes I do like funny, wacky, zany videos where I joke about terrorism, but then other times I'm really talking about serious spiritual aspects, because even though Winged C is like a very wacky, funny, zany dude, he has like multiple personalities, and some of those personalities in his head are actually very serious, and they want to glorify. They want to define. I want to find what truth is, and I want to, as I continue on the journey of what truth is, I want to identify the inconsistencies that I'm finding in other people's life. Yeah.
Okay, I like this. I really agree with you, because there's a lot of competitive player where one person believes that they're closer to God by making it longer than your prayer is.
Yeah.
So you made a great point about that.
And I'm not saying that all long prayers are somehow like deceitful in a way, but I'm just saying, like, guys, we don't have to present ourselves as more holy by doing certain things.
Yeah.
Like, we all are sinners.
Even in the black community, where sometimes somebody will say, "Hey, look, I put down $10 in the collection plate, or I put down $20." You know what I mean? I'm closer to God. I put down $50. Hey, the fact you did something is all that matters. know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Anyways, but yeah, let's get back into this these fight questions. So, in your opinion, what would be harder for you, winning a belt by being the number one fighter in your weight class at Street Beefs, or next year getting accepted to be on the Ultimate Fighter and winning and getting a contract to the UFC? Which would be harder for you?
Definitely the Contender Series, because they have a lot of, I think, from what I've seen of the Contender Series, it's a lot of pro fighters, and sanctioned fighting has a lot more heavy hitters. Like Street Beefs, not to dog on Street Beefs, but it's very amateur. So honestly, it would be so much easier to get that belt, but like to be on the pro fighter, like you need, I think, especially because combat sports are experiencing a boom right now, you need following, you need a record, and you need a lot more stuff to be able to be considered like even a contender. Like I just watched the new people that got considered for the Contender Series, and they were young guys with a bunch of records and a big following.
Yeah.
So I think the road to being accepted into the UFC is a lot different now.
Yeah, I agree. Another question I had for you. I asked another Street Beast fighter this last time, Lyon Head. Shout out to him. I want to ask you the same thing because it's more geared towards you. Do you feel that if there were more character-like fighters in the Street Beefs, it would help or hurt the Street Beefs genre?
I think it would help it. We need all the fighters we can get. But what I think Street Beefs, because Street Beefs is getting so big, it's at a growing, it's that like growing pain. It's experiencing a couple growing pains. Like I think what Street Beefs could benefit from is having a rankings, because like really there's nothing to determine who is the best in each weight class beyond the belt. But people aren't there always all the time. So like, how would we consider me like someone who's had a good amount of fights, and where would I rank in between there? But I don't even know how rankings work, so that's just something that we could work on.
Okay. Well, I'm also seeing here on October 9th, you got a match against George Slock. Is that correct?
Yep, George Slook, I think his name.
Thank you for correcting me there.
No, you're fine.
So what kind of fight is this, and what are we to expect?
So George Slook, I was kind of doing some stalking on his Instagram profile, and it says he's bi on his Instagram, which is the most glaring thing to me.
Yeah.
But it's a kickboxing bout, so there's going to be no takedowns. So we will see
how is your kickboxing
going to go. Yeah, so I'm going to
feel comfortable with it.
My kickboxing, I wouldn't say I'm the most comfortable with, but we'll see. This is my second sanctioned fight. I'm just gonna go out there and be Wing C and see if it works.
That's dope.
If it doesn't work, then I tweak it from there.
Yeah, the fact that you were even willing to challenge yourself is commendable, bro.
Yeah, I try to take on strong opponents. I don't want to take anybody that I know 100% that I will beat, because that's not even really a challenge.
Yeah. I really appreciate you being here. I wish we had Dev Sentence in here, you know what I mean?
I know. Oh, bro, I love that man's.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. He's
so funny. He's so much funnier than I am, bro. I'm envious.
You guys are kind of the same to me.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely more funny. I have to try to be funny. He's just effortlessly funny.
So, do people, when you go to Street Beef, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, thank you. Help me pull it out. But do they misjudge you when they see you as the character? They always assume that he's not gonna be that good. Look what he's wearing, or look how he's acting. He's probably not gonna be that good. And then once they see you throw a punch and they start feeling it, and you take them into deep water. Do you really depend on them to misjudge you due to what you do as far as dancing and jumping off the cage and doing as you do they tend to misjudge you because of that?
Are you talking about the fighter or the audience?
Yeah, have you noticed when you go in street beefs, you see the guy kind of like, I got this. Look at this guy. He's wearing wings, bro. You know what I mean? Do they kind of? Do you feel like they kind of miss?
Hi, Coach Leafy. I feel like definitely people have a vision of what I am when they see me, and they're probably like, yeah, that dude's definitely on the spectrum, and I would agree with them. For whether or not it makes them scared, no clue. Whether or not it makes them feel like they underestimate me, no clue. Do I care? Not really. I just kind of go into it with the idea of I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to showcase some cool dance moves, and I'm going to be an anime character. I'm going to do what main character Winged C would have done, and if I'm making little Winged C proud, all the better.
Yeah, one of the last fights I saw that was on Street Beef, I thought was dope as hell, is your goddamn footwork. How did you do that dance?
Yeah, that was, oh man, I love that fight. That fight was like in my...
And then you took him down? Oh, man.
I started top rocking, I was like, bah, bah, bah,
yeah.
I know that. I literally just, I've entered, I think, what's his name? Who said it? Keanu, he said I entered flow state. I was like, real. I just started dancing, and then like he came in at the perfect time, so I was like, bah! And I was like, bah, bah, bah! And I was like, oh, I was feeling it, bro. I was schmoozing. I got so tired though. I've never gassed out like so fast than I did with that fight.
It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it.
Coach Nishi, I think I mess with striking more. I started off wrestling, but like wrestling kind of boring. I like striking.
Yeah. When I see you take him down, that's why I think that move was so effective. Because if you're fighting me and I tell you breakdancing like that, I'm going to charge at you. Is what you wanted because you're going to take me down.
Yeah, it's kind of like a taunt. So like I know people are going to kind of walk into it because like there's no way you're going to let some dude dance while you're like about to like what's it called, fight.
Yeah, they're going to want to come in and try to do something to you, and that's what they don't know. They're getting taken down. Yeah, I love that.
Would I ever box? Yes, I would box. Would I win? Probably not.
But trust me, I wouldn't fight this man in the street. You know what I mean? Winged C, I definitely wouldn't fight in the street because it's almost like, you know, you bring on the people.
I bring on tweaker crackhead energy.
No, I don't think it's that. I think you bring on people who want to misjudge you. They think, look how he's acting. Look at this. He can't fight. Let me go ahead and charge him. And that's where they make their biggest mistake.
Yeah. For real.
That's what they make the biggest mistake. They're going to go ahead and charge you thinking that you can't fight for nothing. And then once they're on their back and they see you breakdancing, they're like, shit. Please don't tell me this is not filmed. But yeah, man. Is there a fighter in Street Beef that you would like to fight next? If they gave you your choice.
If they gave me the choice about who I could fight next, I'd probably rematch Sensation. It's just a fun fight, bro. There's people that I like to fight, and then there's people that I don't like to fight, and Sensation was such a good fight. I think our styles really complemented each other, so it just kind of like worked out when me and him had our fight. And that was probably like, before I fought Mono, he was my favorite fight ever. I love him so much. Because I did the backflip, it just caused me to work on a lot of things that I didn't really know. So it's like, I love when people are good so that they can challenge me.
Yeah. I would love to see you and Sensation fight, man. Let's try to make this happen. So Sensation, you out there listening, bro, let's make this happen.
Yeah.
Take that fight with Winged C.
135 now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, this is dope. Let's see. So oh man, there's so many things I want to ask you. I just want to let's say, okay, here's question another question I want to ask you. Are you in a committed relationship or are you a single guy? For the ladies who's watching.
I like scaring women. I like chasing them down dark alleyways. So I guess you could say I'm single right now because girls don't exactly like that.
There's an answer. Okay.
But
all right. then do you want to get married in the future?
Oh, dude, I want an army. Probably, I want a bunch of little Project Conor McGregors. I want to have like 19 kids and us training by like running in the woods, like running up and down a hill together with all our dogs. Like I want to get all my sons a dog. So I do want to have a family, but like in this generation of whores, I don't think it's gonna happen. Not gonna lie. And also, I'm like kind of probably clinically insane, so like that might not happen either.
No, trust me, there's a woman out there for you. With the many crazy women out here, there's probably a large amount of women for you. Who probably will fit your style. I met a lot of crazy women in my life, and yeah, they would definitely love a guy like you. I think you're saying the truth for all men. Oh man, this is awesome. So what's next for Winged C? What do we look forward to other than your fight that's on October 19th? Is there anything we should look forward to?
Maybe I Nacho Libre him. I like jump off the ropes and freaking swan dive into him. I think that would be funny. I might get DQ'd, but like that shit would be a clip, wouldn't it? Yeah. So will this fight be on like YouTube or? I'm gonna repost it.
Oh hell yeah, because I want to see that, bro.
It seems like the local promotions they're on like boomer level technology because they don't be posting like the fights and all. So I'm probably gonna screen record it because I know they have videographers and photographers.
Right.
So I'm probably gonna screen record it and post it up to my YouTube once I get the video. But that might take a while because like promotions take even longer to process a fight than Street Beefs does. But some of them are really quick with it, so I might have it the day after. We'll see. We'll have to play it by ear.
Yeah, I totally get that. All right, so I'm glad. So I want to know who's gonna win this fight. I'm gonna be watching October 19th. Anybody out there, if you guys get a chance to, after you're seeing this episode, make sure you mark your calendar. For March 19th. Sorry, October 19th, and make sure you check him out. If it's on YouTube, somebody send me a link. If it's wherever it is, if they ever get around to doing it. If somebody live stream it, send me the live stream. For real, bro. I want to see that. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm gonna take up too much of your time. I want to ask you one last question before we head out.
What's up?
Is there any chance that we can get Winged C back on the podcast?
Oh, of course. I thought you were gonna ask if like we could get Winged C naked.
Yeah, I love it, man. Well, man, this has been a great interview. I found out some more information about Winged C and the fact that he's a great person. The fact that he's a man of faith, a man of funny, a man of
funny, real.
Yeah, and I think you are on your way up in this world, and I'm just glad to be a part of the ride.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Good questions, by the way. Really great questions.
Thank you, bro. Well, you guys, I want to thank you for coming to Support Cha Boi Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Support Cha Boi Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe whatever Winged C has on Instagram, on YouTube. Follow him on TikTok. You know what I mean? We have our support here because, I'm gonna find some more stuff that I can find. Give me some links to where we can look for your stuff, man.
Yeah, I post them on my story. Everything's Winged C. If you look up,
if somebody just new to this, where do they want to follow you at?
If whatever social media platform they look up Winged C, I'm on there.
That is dope.
It's literally Winged C on everything.
So follow him on Twitter, follow him on TikTok, follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook, I guess. Anywhere you look at Winged C, you're gonna find the man. Okay, man. I want to thank you for coming to the Support Cha Boi Podcast. You have a great night out there, bro.
All right. Peace out, bro.
Peace.